Hello everyone, hope all is well and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be focusing more on the base makeup. This base makeup is perfect for hot summer days or hot destinations. This is the makeup I wore in Hawaii and it lasted beautifully during the day. This is a very glowy, lightweight look that will fade beautifully during the day rather than you feeling like your makeup is melting off. The products I'm using today have really become my core products lately. I love them so much. I love wearing this base makeup with heavier eye makeup or very minimal eye makeup. And the eye look I'm going to be showing you guys today has also been my go-to. Just a nice neutral brown with a shadow wing and just a little bit of shimmer. So before we get into it, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It would mean so much to me, and let's get to it. So the first step, and this is optional, I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my fake freckles using self tanner, and I'm using Loving Tan 2 Hour Express in dark. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in. So I have freshly cleansed skin, no products on my face, no moisturizer, nothing. It just works better when your face is completely dry. I did not make up this technique. I learned it from Gina. I will make sure to leave her video in the description below. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to unscrew this because when I do an actual pump, I feel like I get too much product and I don't want to be wasteful. But I'm just going to take a little palette, a metal palette. You can get these from Amazon for like pretty cheap if you're looking for one. And I'm just going to take a little drop of this onto my palette, just one little drop. You don't need a lot. And if this is your first time doing this, I highly recommend you researching a photo of someone with a natural freckle pattern, because we usually try to make things symmetrical and evenly spaced as possible, and just looking at someone with natural freckles and going off that will give you a better result and facilitate that for you. So I'm just going to take this brush. This is an Anastasia 828 brush, a very tiny brush. You can just go to the art store, pay like $1 for a really tiny brush, and I'm just going to dip into that tanner, and I'm also going to just dab the excess off because I don't need that much. And I'm just going to start, and for my freckles I want to just focus more in this area, the more on the nose, and just try to be as irregular as you can. Freckles aren't perfect circles. So now that I'm happy with the freckle pattern I created, I'm just going to leave that on for like 5 minutes to let it set, and then I'm going to wipe it off. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. So it's been around 5 minutes and now I'm just going to wipe them off. I've been getting in the habit to wetting one of these. This is one of the Erase Your Face, but I've been using these because I've been finding myself using way too many wipes when I do my makeup, because I usually like swatch different lips to match a look or whatever. I swatched eyeshadows and I found that I was going through like 5 wipes every day and it's just not good. Oh, I have like excess lash glue. I need some lip balm. I'm using the new Bite Beauty Agave Plus line. It's really amazing. The Superfood line, they also came out with a new lip mask. This is their Agave Plus Nighttime Lip Therapy. It's been beside my bed for like a week now. Incredible. I wake up with the softest lips. Bite's lip care is seriously the best. Here's a close-up of those freckles. So they just look super natural. For my primer today, I'm going to be using the Milk, the Hydro Grip Primer. First of all, this, I love the packaging. It's so aesthetically pleasing. From posts I saw on Instagram, I thought this product was going to be a lot more emollient than it actually is. I'm taking 2 pumps of that. It actually completely dries down and leaves a beautiful shine behind. It's very interesting. It leaves like a dewy looking shine, but it's not actually dewy, if that makes any sense. And when you apply the foundation on, whatever foundation on top, the shine shows through. So you can see like already how kind of sticky it is. It's a really grippy primer, which makes sense because that's the name of it. This is the first primer I've ever used where I see a difference in the longevity of my makeup. It truly does really grip down the makeup. I wore this for a few longer adventure days in Hawaii, like on the plane ride there and a few long hot adventure days in the Hawaiian heat. At least 8-hour wears, and by the time it was like at its 8-hour mark, my makeup only looked like at its 3, like still freshly applied but a little bit loved in. I do think that this product is probably more suited for oilier skin types, but if you have a drier skin type, let me know how you like this product. I'm curious. The foundation I'm going to be going in with today is the Guerlain L'Essentiel Natural Glow 16-hour wear, and I have the shade 03N. This bottle makes me laugh because you can see like the reflection of your face in the cap. It's really funny. I'll try to capture it real quick. This has been the foundation I've been loving and reaching for every day for the past month now. I did receive it in PR, but it's so beautiful. It's made out of a lot of natural ingredients, which is really cool. I'm going to take 2 pumps of that, and to apply that I'm going to use my favorite foundation brush, which is the Anastasia A30 brush, and I'm just going to start applying that to the face. It's a lightweight foundation that gives a beautiful natural glow. It has a light coverage, but it is buildable. Like once it dries down and you add another layer, you can build it up to a medium coverage. This does have a scent to it, like most higher end makeup brands do, but it's like manageable. I'm quite sensitive to smelling like smelly foundations. I can't wear the Fenty one because it just bothers me too much. And I'm just going to pat over everything with a beauty blender. I don't think I left the self-tanner on long enough. The freckles aren't really showing through. That sucks, but that's how I do it. Usually I think I do leave it on for maybe 10 minutes. For my concealer, I'm going to be using the Milk Flex Concealer. This has been my favorite concealer for the past few months. It's just, I love the consistency of it, I love the coverage of it, and I love the formula. And also I do really love the packaging because once you get low on it, you can really squeeze the bottle onto the applicator and get use of all the product that's inside. So I'm just going to put a lot of that on apparently. And I'm going to try to blend that out with one of these Vanity Planet brushes. I have been using them and I really like them. I always just thought that they would just suck up too much product, but they actually don't, because I think because since they have so many bristles packed into them, the product kind of sits on top and it just does such a great job at blending without streaks. It's just really nice. Damn, the fake freckle portion of this video definitely failed. I should have left them on for a little bit longer. Sorry about that. I really like this brush. They don't have any numbers on it, but I think it comes in a whole set. But it blends the makeup in so beautifully. There's a storm starting to brew outside, so the lighting was changing, so I just put on my ring light. That's why the lighting changed a little bit. But for my bronzer, I'm going to be going in with the Milk Makeup Baked Bronzer. You already know how much I love this stuff. It's honestly my favorite ever. I've had this specific one for 2 years, and look how much I still have. That's crazy. And this is my most used bronzer. I use it almost every day. I was like, I must be getting close to the end of this one, like, because I bought another one from Sephora. I was like, I must be getting low on this. I need to pick up another one, but obviously I still have like 10 years worth in here or something. It's crazy. I get asked if I like the baked this. I get asked all the time if I prefer this one or the Bondi Bay from Nude Sticks, and I prefer this one 100 times more. The tone for my particular skin tone works a lot better. This is a little bit more yellow toned. The Nude Sticks one is a little too red for me, and I prefer the texture of this one. This has more of a matte finish, and the Bondi Bay has more of a balmy texture. I'm blending this out with a Sephora Airbrush Precision Foundation brush. And also in the Milk one, you get 4 times as much product as compared to the Bondi Bay. I think in the Bondi Bay you get 0.25 ounces, and in here you get 1 ounce of product, which is a lot better. Now that it's all blended out, I'll take whatever's left on that brush. I'm not adding more, but I'm pressing that brush into kind of a wave, because I like to have that natural wave effect. Like it just hits the spots where I would actually tan or look bronzed. And I just think it gives such a summery glow to the skin, and it looks really nice. And also I always do extra on the chin, just to look super sun-kissed. For my highlighter, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Liquid Glow in the shade Perla. This is an old favorite of mine. I always revert to this one. This is definitely my favorite liquid cream highlighter. I always turn back to this one. It's just the best. I like how you can blend it out with your finger or a sponge or a brush, and it will never lift anything. Your foundation, it will never lift your foundation that you're wearing underneath. I've tried it with so many different foundations and I've never had an issue, and it just is such a nice formula, and the shade is really nice because it is quite intense, but there's no glitter in it at all. And they do offer a variety of shades for all different skin tones, which is amazing. So I'm just applying it with my finger today, just to really melt that product into the skin. You can build this up to be quite intense, but I just want it to be quite subtle today. And for my blush, I'm really excited about this one, but it's the Nude Sticks Sunset Strip. I bought this because of the Instagram videos they are posting. It just looked like the same shade that I turn when I accidentally burn my cheeks. And I really like that tone that I turn when I give myself face damage. So I just thought that I would try this out without the face damage. And when I was in Hawaii, oh look, I made like 2 little hearts accidentally. When I was in Hawaii, I stayed in the sun for too long and I did accidentally burn my nose and cheeks, and I did swatch this right next to my burn, and it is the exact shade that I burned, so I was happy about that. I'm applying it to my nose in areas I would burn my face, because I just think that is very flattering and just like a lot more natural. Again, it's kind of like in that wave shape. And I find with this product that it works best blending it in with a finger. I tried with a brush and it just took too much of the product off and it just made it look patchy. But this, your warmth of your finger warms up that product and really helps it melt it into the skin. And I did add a little bit much, I think. I'm gonna see if I can transfer some to the chin. And that's the great thing about that's the great thing about wearing cream products, is that you, at any time, you can just go in and take down or add without it being a big deal. I think I'm just gonna take my foundation brush actually to tone that down. I'm happy with that. I do enjoy going a little heavy with the blush. It's just one of my favorite steps of doing makeup. But that is it for the base. I'm just gonna go quickly do my brows off camera. And if you're curious on the products I'm still using, I just switched up the shades ever since I dyed my hair. I use still the MAC Shape and Shade brow tint, but now I'm using the shade Stud, which is a cool toned, more gray, a more cool toned version of Spiked. And then I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Granite, and I still use the Glossier in Brown. Brows on, time for a close-up of the eyes, and I think I'm going to show you how I do my shadow wings using a black shadow. I've been getting a few questions about how I go about doing that, so I'm going to do that today. Whee! For my eyeshadow primer, I'm just going to use my good old Makeup Forever Light Capturing Self-Setting Concealer, my favorite for eye primer. And I'm just gonna put a little bit on each eye. You don't need a lot of this. And then I'm just gonna blend it out with one of these Vanity Planet brushes. These brushes are funny. I feel like I'm using a toothbrush or something, but it's working really nicely. It gives such a flawless finish. And for my eyeshadow, I think I just want to keep it minimalistic. I did receive the Pat McGrath Eye Doll single shadows, all of them. I can't believe I'm on her PR. I did do a campaign with her for her Fetish Eyes mascara, but I didn't know that meant that I was on her PR. So when I got this, I got really emotional. So I did try to repot them into a metallic palette. So I did crack this one. Please don't give me any more heck than I already did myself. I did shed a few tears. Please, I don't need it. Okay, but this is the shade I'm going to be using, and this is Statuesque. And I'm taking that on a Smith 232 brush, a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to just apply this into the crease and then all over the lid as well. Let me know what kind of video you want to see using these Pat McGrath shadows. I don't know what I want to do, because I was like, I'll do a look using my favorites, but the thing is, every shade is my favorite. They're all so beautiful and so full of dimension, but let me know what kind of video you would like to see with using these. And then on more of a packing style brush, this is a Smith 256, so it's like a bigger, oh my gosh, it's the first thunderstorm of the spring. Sorry, I'm really excited. So if you hear some thunder, fun. This is a Smith 256, a nice big flat packing brush. So I'm just gonna take that shade and just pack and blend it out onto the lid. This is a beautiful shade. These are my favorite kind of transitional shades, not too warm, not too cool. Usually with this kind of look, I would use whatever bronzer I'm wearing that day, But since I have oily lids, I didn't want to do that with the milk one. I have done that in the past and it just didn't go well with that. So, but I usually do really enjoy using whatever powder bronzer I have like in the crease of a look or something. It just brings a beautiful monochromatic look to the entire face and it just makes everything look very cohesive. For my shadow wing, I'm going to be using the Dark Matter Pat McGrath single, but please use whatever black shadow you have laying around in any of your palettes. So what I do, I make sure to anchor my elbows to my desk, and so that I just have that extra balance, and I dip my brush in on all sides. So I'll go on that side, this side, and also the tip of the brush. And then I will find that, go from the angle that my lower lash line is. So I go right where the lower lash line is and I kind of trace a little bit of that. I do remove that later on, but then I follow that angle. But it's okay that the base is messy because you'll clean that up with some concealer afterwards. Now that I have that, I'm just going to go for the angle on the eye itself. I haven't been bringing my eyeliner all the way in because I feel like it makes my particular eye shape rounder, and when I want a wing, I want my eyes to look extended and more cat-like. So what I've been doing is I just put the shadow on the highest point of my eye, kind of in the center. And then I connect those two together. Oh, and I forgot to mention the brush I was using. It's a Smith 203, a really beautiful small angled brush. I've been really into using just eyeshadow for liner lately because I find that it just gives a softer effect and it glides on way nicer. There's no tugging. You don't get those annoying little tug lines from liquid or gel. I'm going to clean it up right now. I'm going to use this Anastasia 20 brush. See, it's just a really flat brush, very fine, very flat. And I'm going to take some concealer and put some on the back of my hand, just a dollop. And then I'm going to smoosh my brush in there on each side. And then I'm going to follow the base of that angle we created just to sharpen it up. And sometimes I will also go on top. And then blend that out with my finger, or I'm just going to take my sponge here. Yeah, and then I will just keep adding, going back in if I feel like I need it more. But see, it's just really nice and soft, not too dramatic. I think I'm just going to add another layer. And that's how I create my wings. So I'm just gonna go copy that on the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, on this eye, I thought it was missing a little bit of glow, so I'm added a little bit of this shadow. I'm having too much fun with these beautiful shadows. This one is in Celestial. So pretty. So I'm just taking that on, this time, a Smith 253 brush, and just putting that in the center. I'm actually gonna go with my finger first, that's what I did, and then I blended it out with the Smith brush. Not making it too accurate, I just want like a little bit of glow in the center. And then I also put some on the inner corner. And for the lower lash line, I'm just going to take that statuesque shade again and just put that all over down there. I will quickly go apply some mascara and some lashes and I'll be right back. And here are the eyes all finished. The lashes I used are the Velour Mini Me lashes, part of their Effortless collection. They're just so cute. And for mascara, I actually used the Glossier Lash Slick. I know I kind of gave this a bad rep on my full face using Glossier, but ever since then, I have not been able to stop using it because I love how it doesn't smudge on my lower lash line, and I love how fluffy and just like super minimalistic of a lash look it gives. But yeah, I just really love it. And right now it's like at its sweet spot, you know, when mascaras kind of dry out. It's just so good. And for lips, I'm going to use this beautiful Pat McGrath, going with the Pat McGrath theme here. Love Supreme 522 Lip Fetish Sheer Color Balm. And I just love this packaging. It's white and with the gold lip, it's just beautiful. And this formula is so nice. I love sheer anything, and these are just so beautiful and moisturizing. And now it's time to let the bangs free. I will be right back. Bangs all fixed, sort of. But here is the final look. This look will be so nice on hot summer days or hot destinations. It'll just fade beautifully during the day. It's not heavy, and since it's all creams, you can go in at any moment to touch anything up, to intensify anything. If it does fade too much for you or whatever it is, it'll just look really nice and fresh all day. And because of that hydro grip, that will just help keep everything in place all day because it is super gripping. That is all from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry the little fake freckle portion was kind of a fail, but I'll definitely be showing that technique again because I love it so much and I use it all the time. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I found it helpful, and let me know what other videos you would like to see from me. I like getting your recommendations so I can gauge what kind of content you like from me. And yeah, that is it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!